Hello and welcome. We continue a playthrough of the game called Kaiju Defense. So first a little correction because I record this I'm recording the whole game but I just cutting it into small parts. I noticed that in the previous video I said that it is a second video. Actually it is a third one and this one is a fourth one. So this is like a fourth part of the playthrough. So I apologize for that, but as I said, I just sit and record the whole game and just cut it so it's not too long. Otherwise, the videos would probably be an hour and more, because I spend lots of time to explaining things. All right, well, let's just continue where we when we stopped the last time. I'm just gonna draw a card and resolve the event. Stagnation in Europe. All saved resource goes to 0. Well, luckily I don't have any. Kaiju event, movement in area from 1 to 5. So area 1 nothing, area 2 this will move, but now I have to check will they be on the same line. So let's, actually it doesn't really matter, it is not uncovered. So Batra will move into Brasilia. Luckily I evacuated, so instead of taking 2 crisis points I'm only gonna take 1, and evacuation marker is removed. This city is damaged, and Batra, if I remember, it says after moving to city and dealing damage, so it's gonna nest there. Here's a Batra egg, and we have a nesting situation there. Remove from the map. We're gonna get a new sighting, so let me just do that on 4. That's Japan, and this sighting will also move toward Brasilia. That's not good, because if it moves again it's gonna devastate the city, as long it is the kaiju. Now if you don't investigate and the sighting moves, then you're gonna just remove it and pull out the, how it's called, kaiju. Could be a flock of seagulls, but if it's kaiju, you're just gonna devastate the city in that case. Alright, so no movement here, no movement here, because this is just spawned due to the, how it's called, movement of Batra. And nothing here. So, well, it says areas from 1 to 5, so it wouldn't be any movement in Europe because that's area 6. So that's area 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Alright, so that's it. Red event, I skip logistic phase this turn if I roll a 3. Well, there's nothing logistic anyway, so it will happen, so, but doesn't affect me. Money from UN. Doubles, I get 2 resources. Production, I can choose which one to push. Let's go with, actually let's go with the Super X. So I need 3 or more. Yep, it's gonna move. I do have a research, so it's gonna also move forward, the research phase. Nothing in the recovery and nothing in the logistics, so that's it. Okay, oh, and from next turn on I will have to remember to roll for this little leg. I also need to put the like 4+ on them, and that's gonna help me remember probably. Okay, my actions, only 2 resources. Well, probably want to maybe just, I don't have any units in South America, that's the problem, and by the time I'll use my logistic to move them there, it's not gonna help. So what I'm going to do instead, I think, oh, by the way, during this should be here, I think I'm gonna probably scrap one of these. Let's scrap Project Bastion and move this forward, and now I do have another finished project, so I will be able to make Mecha Godzilla. Okay. So Mecha Godzilla, I can use this token to produce it. It must be produced in Japan, but it's okay. The other thing I want to do is I want to spend one resource to push Super X successfully, and I can do it again, but it must be a different line of production. So I could do here, I'm gonna do it here, build a Maser tank in China. So I need 2 or more, and I have a +1 to this due to Chinese secretary. So that's a 6. It will move forward, but Maser tanks have a +1 production, so it's gonna move 1 more. They produce really fast. And that's it for my turn. Nothing else I will do. Can't do nothing in South America because no units there, and I don't want to pay for transit there. They'll have to deal it themselves somehow. By the way, there is a space here. If it goes by 1, you draw a card, resolve the red event, and then contact is lost, then remove this. So only 3, 4, and 2 are really bad for South America. Red events are bad too, but at least you don't get attacked by the kaiju. Alright, next turn. Nuclear solution. Political event. Gain nuclear missile weapon token. So this is what happens. Now I have this token. I'm going to put it in UN. I can use it, and I'm going to explain how it can be used. Let me just find the explanation here. I think it's on the back. Nuclear weapon. So it is available through card. That's the only way you can get it. And I can use it only under these conditions. If the kaiju entered the city and damaged it, when it's done, when it's already increased the crisis, and if that city was evacuated. So in that moment, I can immediately use a nuclear weapon token to destroy that kaiju out of the game. So I remove it from the game completely. I increase the crisis +2, and then nuclear weapon is out of the game too. The city that is hit is devastated, but I do not increase crisis for devastation. So it is basically I kill the city, but I kill the kaiju too, and I cannot just use nukes on live people. The city must be evacuated first. But if you want to kill some kind of kaiju, like if you don't want to see him in the game ever again, you do have a nuclear weapon to do that. Right now I'm not so sure I would do that because I already have like lots of devastated cities on the map. Alright, now let me continue to the card. Kaiju event, movement in all areas. So this sighting will move here, so I need to see what it is. Let's hope it is not the kaiju. Yes, it is. It's augurs. So it will devastate this city. Now it will not destroy the egg though. Egg stays there until it hatches. So it's like invulnerable. So what happens when the city is devastated? Basically double the crisis. The number of the city, that's going to be 2 plus additional 2 because it's devastated. Monster is going to go away, and some other site will be activated. Well, in the case of Augurs, I think he also gets Gigan, right? But before that, I need to increase crisis by 4, and I think that's my end game. Yep. I do get these 2 guys, but it is over. Here's a question though, should I use the nuclear weapons? I mean, the crisis will rise anyway. But yeah, city wasn't evacuated, so I can't do that. Yeah. Yeah, that's the end of the game. Really short video here, right from the start. There are no other kaijus that would move except this one, but I'm not gonna resolve it because when the crisis reaches this limit, immediately you stop with the game. You just can't do nothing about it anymore. Alright, well, that was a playthrough. I have 20 cards left and only two major crises because the rest are probably in the deck. I get you have a good grasp how the game works. I'm probably gonna do another playthrough. I might stream a playthrough, who knows, we'll see. I have to do it by night, so you know, so not get distracted by the household sounds from my family and stuff like that. But yeah, if you think this could have a potential, give me a shout in the comments. We'll see. As I said, I still have to work some things out, but so far the game works exactly as I meant it to work, and I'm not so sure should I put some other scenarios. Like, it looks like a tough game anyway, although I did play it. Maybe I could play it a bit better, but as I said, these recorded playthroughs, I always just do the things that I would normally probably think about it a bit more before I do them on the map. So yeah, at least we have a Mechagodzilla researched. But you'll see. As I said, I'm gonna make another playthrough, so you're gonna check it out. In any case, thanks for watching, and as always, if you like these games I'm making, just put a like. It means a lot. So thanks again, and goodbye.